The big problem and a giant swing factor, I think China's made a terrible mistake with this rare earths thing. I think China, because, they have the Huawei ASIN, and it's a decent chip. And versus something, the deprecated hot preserving, it looks okay. And so they're trying to force Chinese open source to use their Chinese chips, their domestically designed chips. The problem is Blackwell is going to come out now, and the gap between these American frontier labs and Chinese open source is going to blow out because of Blackwell. And actually DeepSeek in their most recent technical paper, V3.2, said one of the reasons we struggle to compete with the American frontier labs is we don't have enough compute. That was their very politically correct, still a little bit risky way of saying, because China said, we don't want the Blackwells.
Right.
And they're saying, guys, that might be a big mistake. That might be a big mistake. And so if you just kind of play this out, these 4 American labs are going to start to widen their gap versus Chinese open source, which then makes it harder for anyone else to catch up because that gap is growing. So you can't use Chinese open source to bootstrap. And then geopolitically, China thought they had the leverage. They're going to realize, oh, whoopsie daisy, we do need the Blackwells. And unfortunately, they'll probably realize that in late 26. And at that point, there's an enormous effort underway. There's all sorts of really cool DARPA and DoD programs to incentivize really clever technological solutions for rare earths, like using enzymes to refine them, or there's all sorts of really cool things happening. And then, there's a lot of rare earth deposits in countries that are very friendly to America that, don't mind actually refining it in the, traditional way. So I think rare earths are going to be solved way faster than anyone thinks. They're obviously not that rare. They're just misnamed. They're rare because, they're really messy to refine.